We're doing pretty good. I want to make sure I give you a lot of time and praise you just in case one of these days you or one of your men pull me over.
Very well, very well.
Well, first of all, you're running, Kenny Furlong's been the Carson City Sheriff for a while now. You're running for sheriff. What's your position now and why you're running?
Currently, I'm a deputy with the Carson City Sheriff's Office, and I'm running for sheriff, not because I think that the current sheriff's done a bad job. I just think that after 3 terms, that's enough for any sheriff. Got some philosophical differences, from the current sheriff, and one of my differences, I like to measure our employees based off of qualitative measures as opposed to quantitative measures. The reason I say that is because if we measure our employees based off of numbers, it makes the very same people we take an oath to serve and protect, the victims of our production. In law enforcement, we're not in it to generate revenue. We're not a private industry. We don't make a product for profit. And I think that an example of that would be, writing traffic tickets. Mm-hmm. We write about 20,000 tickets a year, and maybe 10,000 of those are probably warranted as a result of individuals' driving habits and such. But on the other end of it, we're kind of disassociating ourselves and not building relationships with members of our community, which I think is invaluable in law enforcement. That's what we're here for, to safeguard our communities and build relationships with community members. Secondly, I think that in Carson City, being a patrol officer in Carson City now since about 1998, that we have an epidemic problem with heroin use and methamphetamine use. And currently our programs are designed to target drug users, and this has proven to be ineffective. And I want to change this philosophy, and I want to target the drug dealers and suppliers of narcotics into our community. And I'm a firm believer that if we cut off the supply, the users are certainly going to have less access. And I'd also like your listeners to know that I strongly believe in our state constitution, our U.S. Constitution. I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. And I truly believe that county sheriffs across our nation are certainly going to be, or could be potentially be, our last stand against our overreaching federal government.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Last year or so, when the federal government was looking at all of its gun banning and in some cases gun confiscation measures, I was happy to see that there was actually a sheriff in Oregon that stepped up and said, I will not enforce any unconstitutional laws. Would you come down the same way?
Absolutely. I don't know how much more clear I could be if the federal government came in and asked, Sheriff Gibson, I need your deputies to go out and confiscate firearms from your residence. I don't know how much clearer I could be. I would certainly tell the federal government to go pound sand. And that's pretty clear as far as I'm concerned. I hope that, if I'm fortunate enough to become Carson City's 28th sheriff, that the day that I take office, I hope that my desk is stacked a couple feet high with concealed carry permits. I'm a firm believer that an armed society is a safe society.
Good for you. I like what you're saying. It's 8:54. Don Gibson running for Carson City Sheriff. And again, tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, open forum. If you're a candidate running for office, you're welcome to call in. I'm glad you did, Don. And maybe sometime when you're in the area, you can stop by and say hello at the radio station. How can people help you out? Obviously, the vote in a month from now, starting with early voting. But if somebody wants to do more than that via a yard sign, walk in the district, supporting you financially, how would they go about doing that?
They could reach me at my website, active website. It's at Gibson, Gibson, the number 4, sheriff.com. And all my contact information is on there, and I would certainly appreciate any support that I can get.
All right. Appreciate your call, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Jay.
All right. Hope to meet you one of these days. 8:55 is the time. It's KKFT. Craig, give me a...